Hi guys, Crochet Connect here. I'm coming to you today with a tag video. I originally saw this tag done by 24 Karat Crochet. I will put her tag video down below in case anybody's interested in that. So there's just a handful of questions here, so I'm just going to run through them pretty quick. I thought they looked like fun. So the first question, how long have you been crocheting? I believe I started crocheting around 2009-ish. Maybe late 2008, I can't remember exactly. It was probably about a year and a half after I got married, which was in August 2007. I left my job and I was having trouble finding other work, and I decided in between job hunting, I might as well use my spare time to learn a useful skill, and I also felt like I wanted to learn to knit or crochet so I could make things for my children when I had them. So it was somewhere around 2008-ish or 2009-ish, I think, that I started. Well, it's been a while. So question 2, how did you learn, or who taught you how to crochet? I learned from YouTube, of course, because I don't know anybody personally who crochets or knits. So I started watching YouTube videos and actually learned to knit first, and then once I got the basics of that down, I decided to keep going and learn crochet. And then I actually preferred crochet and found it much easier, and I just stuck with crochet most of this time. I've done a little bit of knitting here and there, but I mostly crochet. And I mostly learned from Beth in Texas One. I will put her channel down below. She had some really easy to follow videos, and the first thing I crocheted, actually, the first like actual useful item I crocheted was a granny ripple blanket from one of her videos, which I still have down in the basement. It is now a cat blanket because it turned out really terribly. One side was much wider than the other side. I don't understand how that happened, but other than that, it was a really nice blanket. If you go back to the beginning of my videos, you'll probably find it in one of my first few videos. Number 3, why did you start making videos? Because while I was searching for videos to help me learn to knit and crochet, I noticed a lot of videos like this one doing tags, or just people sharing the work they did. And as I said before, I didn't know anybody personally who did any kind of crafting, so I had nobody here to share my stuff with, so I thought I'd just share it on video for other crafters to see. And the tags looked like fun. Like the first video I did was a tag, sort of. It was the what's in my knitting bag. A lot of people were doing this like what's in my craft bag kind of video back then. So that was the first one I did. And yeah, I just wanted to keep making videos like that because they look like fun. Number 4, what is your favorite type of project to make? I like making just flat items. I really hate, I like how amigurumi turns out, but I just hate knitting in like tube shapes and having to stuff and like sew everything together. I prefer large flat items, so like afghans, and like scarves, dishcloths, baby blankets, stuff like that. I occasionally like to make hats and things, but mostly just large flat items. And number 5, do members of your family crochet or do other similar crafts? No, actually. Nobody in my immediate family does any crafting. My mom said she used to knit, but that must have been a long time ago because I had never seen a ball of yarn or a knitting needle in my house growing up. But I know she does know how to knit because when I started knitting, she actually, and when my niece started, she did knit a little bit. When she was in elementary school, one of her teachers taught her to knit one year, and then after that she didn't knit anymore. But when she was knitting, I saw my mom show her a few things, and my mom showed me a few things, but other than that, I have never seen my mother knit. So I guess she used to knit a long time ago. But other than that, nobody in my family does any crafting at all. My husband's grandmother used to, but she is no longer with us. And my sister-in-law on my husband's side, his brother's wife, actually does some knitting, but she's not really, I don't think she's as into it as I am into my crocheting. I think she has made a few things and tried to sell them on Facebook and stuff, but I haven't seen her do any knitting in a while. So I don't think she's really that into it anymore. So nobody in my family does any crafting at all. So it's kind of weird that I got into it and nobody else did. But anyways, so yeah, those were the 5 questions. And I do have some work in progress that I will show in my next video. That video will come soon, probably later this week. My cat is actually laying on my work right now on the couch, and I don't want to show it quite yet because I have a lot of tails that I need to sew in that make it kind of hard to see the finished item because there were a lot of color changes, so there's like tails all over the place. So I want to weave those in before I show it. After I weave the tails in, it is not going to be done. There is still more to do on it, but I want to weave those in before I show what I have done so far. I will explain more in my next video, of course. So yeah, so I think that's it for this video. So until my next video, happy crafting!